Hi everyone, my name is Maddie, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where I'm going to be unboxing something I am so excited for. So first out, I am absolutely thrilled to say that this video is sponsored by Your Paper Quest. I am absolutely honoured to be talking about this new subscription service. Your Paper Quest reached out to me and I absolutely jumped at the chance to unbox their latest box and tell all of you about it. So before we get into the unboxing, just to quickly explain what Your Paper Quest is. Your Paper Quest is a new UK-based subscription book of the month kind of service. And every month you'll be sent 2 books, which is very roughly 500 pages of reading. But the most exciting things about this is, number one, the genre changes every single month. So you'll be exposed to something new, something a bit different. This month is fantasy, which is absolutely perfect for me. But almost the best part of this is that Your Paper Quest specialises and is very, very specifically focused on self-published or indie published authors. I, like many people, am not the best at picking up self-published or indie published books. I fall foul of what is marketed, what I hear about. Luckily, I follow a lot of channels that talk about indie published books, and so I do come across quite a few, though it's often the more popular ones. But it is so difficult to break out into the world of publishing and get your book noticed, and having a subscription service that gives these authors a platform and gives them a chance to share their work is so exciting. And another really cool thing on top of all of this is that every month that you're subscribed, you will have access to Q&A with the author, a space to chat about the book, an online book club, and an author interview. So there's loads of community and connection around this box. You get to read with other readers, you get to ask the author the questions you might have after reading the book. But I'll say again, the chance to be exposed to new and exciting books every month that you've never heard of is so cool. And in some ways, that obviously sounds like many subscription boxes that we all know and love. But I think what's really different about this is a lot of the big subscription boxes are very, very focused on doing special editions, and they're absolutely stunning. I love them just like everyone else does. But therefore, you often get very well-known books and certainly traditionally published books the vast majority of the time. And that's great. That's fantastic. But those books are going to get a platform one way or another anyway, which in no way, shape or form is to say those authors don't deserve it. We all love getting all the special editions. But having the opportunity to really branch out your reading and be exposed to something completely new that you probably never would have heard of is just such a fun time. And personally, I'm thrilled to be getting the fantasy box because I got back into fantasy a few months ago, having not read it for best part of a year, and my reading has grown and changed so much in the last few years. My reading taste has grown and changed, and I'm still absolutely trying to work out what fantasy I do and don't like. And I pick up the popular books. Some of them I get on with, some of them I don't, as you'd expect. But I'm really excited to try something that I've never heard of before and see how I get on with it. So now has come the time to find out what 2 very exciting books are in this package. Alongside the books, you do get some little bookish goodies. So I'm really, really excited to see what the books are and what else we've got. Okay, first up, it looks like there's a letter of some description. Okay, so I'm not going to read this in a ton of detail because this is actually explaining what the 2 books are. So we're going to look at those and then see what we've got. So, book number 1. Ooh, that's pretty. We have Mordekax. Am I saying that right? Mordekax by Mark McEachran. Wish me luck with that name. That is gorgeous. I also personally just absolutely love indie pubbed books. I love the like stark white pages you get. I don't know why, it just always makes me really, really happy. I am so intrigued by this. Let's see what this is about. An unstoppable disease, a fanatical doctor, a nightmare obsession. As a deadly plague rips through Harriet's village, unexpected salvation arrives in Adam, the bright-eyed novice healer with a hidden gift, who vanishes as quickly as he came. Haunted by weird nightmares and a witch's dying words, Harriet seeks the truth about Adam and his mysterious home at Wolfen Priory. But the world of healers is changing. The royal doctor Lady Hawkes is on a quest to perfect humanity with her miraculous and addictive new treatment, the Mordant Sleep. Swept along by dark rumours, guilty secrets and ancient powers, Harriet is drawn into the shadowy conflict between mordancy and medicine and finds that perfection can be deadlier than any plague. So, to read out what was on the letter telling you about this book, it says, our first story is Mordekax by Mark McEachran. It had us sold from the opening. It takes a great hook and runs with it, leading to a kind of medieval Stranger Things / an Enid Blyton novel where a gang of adventurous children get in way out of their depth in a dangerous situation. It struck us as a really earnest tale, nostalgic in a way, and had us on its mysterious hooks the whole time. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. This is exactly the sort of book I would never pick up for myself. I wouldn't come across it for starters. But I am so intrigued, and I'm actually kind of obsessed with the cover. I just love the colour on it. Honestly, the colour has just got me, and I'm so intrigued by the lizard outline and knowing what that's about. But inside this, there's a couple of little goodies. Got a little Your Paper Quest bookmark, and also one with some poetry on it, which is really cool. I'm assuming is relevant to the book in some degree. And then the other thing, which is just so sweet, is it has this little seal on the inside, which I think is absolutely adorable that they include that, so you always know like where this edition came from. That's really cute. Let's see what the second book is. Ooh, okay, the back looks cool. Ooh, that's really pretty. Troop of Shadows by Jennings Zabrinsky. Let's see what this one is about. Once the heir to an empire, now just a shadow. Throne stolen by her traitorous brother, chased to the edge of the world, Selene has only a blade, a talent for slaughter, and 4 elite blade dancer bodyguards to her name. Where once she lived a life full of courtly duels, decadence and intrigue, she now finds herself trudging through a wild and desolate frontier populated by pioneers and warlords. One day, Selene will reclaim her birthright, but she has more immediate problems. The food has run out, shelter is scarce, and her followers are on the verge of mutiny. She can't even communicate with the strange inhabitants of this alien land, the so-called humans who wield guns, wear shoes, and seem completely incapable of shifting the colour of their skin to disappear into their surroundings. It seems certain that an obscure and meaningless death lies in her near future, but when she captures Copper, a down-on-his-luck human mercenary who happens to speak her language, she seizes a razor-thin opportunity to reverse her fortunes. She has the blade craft, he claims to have the connections, and the frontier will never have enough mercenaries. Selene and her band will kill for gold, gather soldiers and power, and begin to build a new empire amongst the wastes. But can her new ally be trusted? Can her old allies? Will her dysfunctional troop tear itself apart before they've earned a single coin? That sounds fascinating. I absolutely love anything along this lines. Like, this honestly is giving me almost like Nevernight vibes. That, you know, like young-ish woman, trained fighter, mercenary, all that sort of vibe, but with a really fantastical element to it as well. And inside of this one, we have a little note from the author, as well as another Your Paper Quest bookmark, and again, it's got the really gorgeous seal, which is struggling with the light, which I just think that's such a lovely little touch. It's so sweet. And let's see what they've said about this book. The second is Troop of Shadows by Jennings Zabrinsky. It has the fish out of water be a princess robbed of her throne. Classic fantasy, you'd think, until it hits the borders of the book's Wild West style setting. We follow a chameleon-skinned samurai troupe trying to survive far from home, and the characters all leave a solid impression. Fast-paced with some of the best action scenes we've read in a while. That's very intriguing. So there we have it. 2 completely unheard of to me fantasy books that are something that's going to stretch my reading entirely when I get to these. This one particularly, I'm really intrigued by, but I think this could be a good challenge if I want something a bit different at some point. I'm super excited about this, I won't lie. I have no idea when I'll get to these, as all the books that come into my home. But thanks so much again to Your Paper Quest for sponsoring this video and for sending me one of their boxes. Please do go check it out if it's of interest to you. As I said, it's a UK-based subscription service. You get access to book clubs and the authors, and 2 self-published books you'll likely have never heard of in your house every month. That is it for this video. If you got all the way to the end of this video, just leave a little box emoji, little cardboard box. Join us. And let me know what your favourite recent read you've had that's like self-published or indie pub has been. I'd be so intrigued to know and find out even more books I've likely never heard of. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more content from me, all of that jazz. But that's it for this one, so bye, and I'll see you in the next one.